everybody, good morning and welcome. It's a bit cooler, isn't it, here? So that's nice. I have got the chair in the vicinity as well, because we're going to hopefully do some exercises with the chair in a moment when we've warmed up a little bit. Warmed up? I'm boiling. Anyway, put the chair to one side and we'll do the warm up as normal. So let's just get ourselves into the frame of mind for this exercise session, and we're exercising and stretching our bodies, our minds and our spirits, and they're all part of Tai Chi and Qigong. We think about them all together, and as we exercise physically, we allow ourselves to be also exercising our mental capacities, drawing on our brain's own power to strengthen the links between our mind and our body, and allowing ourselves to encompass any of our own spiritual beliefs into this way of exercising, and just getting a nice free flow between the three elements of our life. So here we go. So allow your feet to just sink down, the knees just going down gently. And we draw a breath and we sink a breath. And just slowly coming into the space. With the breath. So the whole cycle begins with the breath. When we're born, and we take that first breath, cut our ties from our mother, and we become whole. And if we have a spiritual practice or not, some people don't always appreciate that they already have a spiritual practice, and that can be viewed in very simple terms of how we make connection with the earth, the planet, our wider scope, the universe, the heavens, how we make that connection. Just a little bit of something other than physical or mental effort. We talk about people having a good spirit. Talk about our spirits being raised up. We don't always know what that is and how it works, but we endeavour to create that space for all of the activities in our life. Physical, mental and spiritual. Beginning with a little bit more physical movement. Just going to do hands and feet, and you can just wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers, both together if you can, without too much effort. Okay, so we're working the ankles and the wrists, just sort of moving them about, concentrating on the ankles and the wrists. Doesn't matter how you do that, so just find a way to move your ankles and your wrists. And then elbows. So we're just thinking about our elbows, what motions are. Really easiest one is windscreen wipers up and windscreen wipers down. And then at the same time, our knees, and if you can lift up your knee, that's good. Some kind of movement with the knee there. And you can do them separately if you want to. So you can just do a few knees and then a few elbows. Swap over to the knees. Okay, so moving to our shoulders and our hips, and if you can just move your shoulders any which way you can. It doesn't have to be in any order, and this might be a bit of a challenge, that you're going to move your hips at the same time as your shoulders. Doesn't matter how, you can look crazy because I can hardly see you. Something's wrong with my eyes. Anyway, I look crazy to myself, but I'm giving myself the opportunity for this lovely movement. And then we're just gonna, we've come down, and we've got centre of our being, and we've got our head. So we're going to do those together. So I want you to draw in on all your core muscles and try to maintain that core. Now, that is not a breath in, that is a draw in of the muscles. So you can still breathe, practice, you can still breathe with them drawn in. You're not going to stop breathing. But if you feel uncomfortable, then just let them go and then draw them in again. And at the same time as drawing them in, drop your head, chin to chest, and turn a circle to chin and up. Relax everything. Draw in the tummy muscles. Just hold them. Drop chin to chest and turn the other way. So I think we've moved every part of our body that we hopefully can in this sort of way. And just now relax the body, relax, just let your whole being drift into your feet. And then with an in-breath, enclose a ball of energy in front of you and bring your body to full height, as if your feet were just about to come off the ground, so legs are fully stretched, body is upright, and then pressing the air down as we go, push that whole body down again. Breathing in gently, So we're not forcing the breath here. We're trying to just softly let it go, let it go. Breathing in. Breathing out. So we'll just alter that slightly. So putting our feet at hip distance apart, a nice feeling comfortable position. Some people will be here because their hips are not as wide. Some people will be here. So you don't always have to follow the exact part, hips are different. But we're going to now do commencing movement. So with commencing, it's the same kind of movement, but we imagine that the air is coming under our hands. We're not lifting it, it's coming under our hands. And then you can feel the weight of that air, pretending air, and we push that weight of the air down. Just let it disperse into the ground. Knees are slightly bent. And in doing this, we are changing the weight, but we have to press our whole body into the ground to do that physically. Press. And if you want to, you can just wiggle your toes there. So breathe in, be as light as you can. Feel that air just vibrating underneath your hands. And now we push everything down. So even your shoulders and your head are involved in that weight. You feel heavy on the ground. Now come up and feel light. And in this way, just a simple exercise, breathing, the physical movement, the mental endeavour, and what comes with that is this peaceful feeling, calmness. We allow ourselves a moment to just be. And yourself, you can let in there any spiritual thought that you would like, or not, just be. And relax. So the second movement from the Badwajin, sorry, not the Badwajin, the Shabasha, is done normally in the same stance, and we allow the air to come up underneath our hands, turning our hands to face each other, and we allow that air to expand, expand, expand. And you can lean forward into the wind if you like. And then gradually, as you breathe out or change direction, bring the air in and you push it down. So we are working with this air as we exercise. Let the air expand. We're very upright. Squash the air and push it down. It's sunk in the ground. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe gently. The breath does not have to match the movement. Just a nice soft and gentle breath. Taking a slender amount of air in and letting a slim breath come out too. Okay, and relax. Third movement,
from Shabasha set 1, playing with the rainbows. So we bring the air up and hold it above our heads. Then lean to the right and keep that air just above the head there, and just let it fall to the side. Imagine that fall of the air. Bring the air back, hold it above the head, and then softly breathe out. So in creating these soft movements, very gentle and considered, allow the body to move so softly, but still the effort is there. And you can carry on. When you've learnt these, you can carry on and do a few minutes. Perhaps this is the one that you're going to practice this week. And of course I will hopefully have pressed the video button. I think I might have forgotten last week. Lean to the left and hold the air with the left hand, and then just gently let the air come down to the right. Scoop it up again. Turn the foot back. Press the air down, down, down. And just continue in this way. This is really very good for the knees, this leaning over and taking the weight. So even if you don't turn out there, you can take the weight. That's very good for the knee health. I'll do one on the other side. So we take the weight over, push it down, hold that weight. And if you don't want to do the hands for any reason, the arms, and you're just concentrating on your knees, you could make it a wider stance and just go from the weight down there, bring the weight central, bring the weight down. If you are working on knee health here, and it's easy for the knee to become unbalanced, and simple exercises like this can restore the strength in your knees. I'm going to do another exercise with the chair, or with the back of the chair. So I'm placing that against the wall so it doesn't slide off. And this could be your second step on your staircase if you have one. If you don't worry. So this is what I do on a regular basis as I go around the house. So instead of just walking up the stairs, I either onto the first step or the second, and I just make a stretch like that. I'm holding on to the rails. I'm making a stretch, and then back, and I might do 2 or 3. I don't know what it would be like when you try it. You're trying to get a stretch in the back there of your knee. So strengthening, and if you can also straighten that leg. I mean, you're holding on to something probably there, which would stabilise you a bit. So you can bring that back, straighten this leg as well. So have a go, maybe not now, but when you're going up your stairs the next time. Okay, and the other exercises that we've been doing are on the back of the chair. So we are standing arm's length away from the chair and we're doing some press ups. So this is
the sort of version of a press up that I quite like. It feels like it's not too difficult, and obviously it is still exercising things that we wouldn't normally. And then to give the balance to that, drop forwards and lean back. Nice stretch of the spine. And then the opposite of that, we hinge at the hips and looking down. You can place your chin on the chair there, and we're stretching again that whole end. So come back, hips forward, heels are on the ground, lean back, give a nice S shape to your spine, and then release that, hinge at the hips. So however far that comes down for you, rest your head there and just hold that for a moment. And then you can alternate between the two. And fairly difficult for always to get down onto the ground and do these very, very good exercises for our health. You can, of course, do that before you get up in the morning. You can do that on your bed if you can do the cat and the cow, whatever it's called. Okay. I can't even see my clock this morning. I'm just going to have a quick look at my... we're fine. Okay. So, going back to Shavasana set 1. Going to do the last 3, which are flying wild goose, turn like a flying wheel, and step. So flying wild goose, and this is more expansive of the whole body. So we're opening up the side of the body, and we're doing like wings that are bigger than our arms. And as we do that, if we can, we're going to press down on the front of our feet, press our toes into the ground, or at the same time lift heels off the ground, stretching the whole leg, and then letting it come down. So trying to stretch the arms up as high as they'll go in that flight, but softly. So we are really making it feel like we're flying. You can see some lovely expansions of arms there. I'm sorry, I can't see everybody. Just let it happen. The wild flying goose. And paying a little bit of attention to the breath, to the movement, breath, and the intention or concentration comes next. So we make the movement, allow the breath to aid us, to help us. You can go up higher, as high as you can, float back down. Using your mind now to stretch into the movement, to using your words and your thoughts to encourage this movement within you, not to the point of fatigue, just a nice light floating flying wild goose. And if you want to you can take a rest, or you can just glide along. You can glide. few, and then you can take a big expansive stretch. Okay, and rest. So like I said, we're moving into a turn like a flying wheel. Sorry, I have to have a drink. Turn like a flying wheel. So we imagine this is really all upper body, arms and twisting and turning, and but also the lower body can take a stance here. So it can be quite a high stance, but we're pressed down to ground. Or if you want to and you're able, you can take a wider stance and go deeper down, whichever one suits you, halfway in between, whichever one is good for you. And then the wheel can either be here, up here, or it can be all the way down there. Take your own choice on that and just go into it gradually, turning like a wheel. Now, it's really the whole of the pelvis and the structure of your torso that is turning here. So just allow that to just turn around softly, and then at some point change direction. And you can go deeper, higher, whatever is good for yourself at the moment, and relax. Okay, and the last movement is really a lot about to do with balance. So again, bring your chair or the side of your table or whatever you've got to hold on to. We're stepping and bouncing ball. So we're going to step. The step just means that we're going to go up and down. But as we go up and down, we go back onto our toe and then onto our heel and then press down. So there's three kind of bits involved there in the stepping. So at the same time, lift the hand and then make the movement match that and pressing down. So you can just use one hand, slow motion, or you can use same side and same side. And so you can do opposite side. And just make it work for you. If you're following along at home, you could just carry on beyond the end of the programme. So we're just actually walking in slow motion with a very exaggerated kind of look, if you like. And that's what you can visualise to make it work for you. So we'll halt now for the end of the first half, and I will see some of you in the second half. Okay.